Alright, we're back in there for part 2 of the Path of the Warrior Showcase, the conclusion. Where last we left off, we were going to see if the Triangle of Terror could be defeated by the ultimate mega team of the Warrior and the Hulkster. I don't know, man. Tag team matches, not my specialty in this particular game. But we're going to do the best that we can here for America. That Iraqi sympathizer, Sergeant Slaughter, I don't know what was going on there, but he received some very real death threats during this angle. Well, they couldn't have been that real because he's still alive. It's funny how far people will take things sometimes, you know? Like, everybody will not hesitate to tell you how fake wrestling is. But you're still really sitting there thinking that Sergeant Slaughter is, first of all, even named Sergeant Slaughter, and second of all, that he defected to Iraq. Are you kidding? What kind of a mark are you? Why couldn't you just come out with them?
And their partner, Sergeant Slaughter.
The Benedict Arnold of the WWE, the traitor, Sergeant Slaughter, ready to battle here. I think it's
Look at him carrying that flag.
I mean, real bad.
Son of a bitch. Man, someone should just kill him. Wearing those special boots given to him by Saddam Hussein. You know how you settle some scores like this? You know how you really deal with a traitor? The treason of Sergeant Slaughter? You knock him over and you pin his shoulders to the mat for 3 seconds. That'll show him, that'll show everyone.
And their opponents, introducing first, weighing 275 pounds, the Ultimate Warrior.
What an ovation for the Ultimate Warrior, who along with
Man,
Hulk
the
Hogan
ropes.
comes in here with a tall task to defend American pride.
I can tell the guys at 2K had never touched a wrestling rope. Let me tell you something about wrestling ropes. They do not move.
And his partner, from
They look bouncy, you know, when guys hit on them. But, you know, those guys are like upwards of 200 pounds for the most part. It's going to give a little bit. But it does not feel like they give. And you get used to it like anything else, but oh man. Learning to hit the ropes was the most painful thing in wrestling I ever did. And I broke my arm. And I had multiple guys throwing me to the ground as hard as they could, whether they knew better or not. And I would gladly get the wind knocked out of me, or have my radius bone cracked, than to go through what it felt like to get used to running the ropes. My whole back was black and blue and bleeding. I never would have guessed that would have been something difficult about the craft. Oh, we got Sid too. Oh, I'm going right in there.
Look at Hulk Hogan. Whoa! Hogan really taking it to Sergeant Slaughter. Big shot.
Get your bald ass up.
Back to his feet, but whoa! Maybe not for long. Oh, another shot from outside. They have got Sergeant Slaughter really near the big one.
Freedom Ball, they were pretty generous with Hogan's depiction of this era. There wasn't none of that stuff up on top. That was what Hulk Hogan looked like in like 1979.
Watch this double clothesline.
Incredible action.
Warrior and Hogan. Slaughter's down. The question is, can he get back up?
He was one step ahead on that one.
Whoa.
And this is the tricky part. Got a moderately damaged Sergeant Slaughter. Which also means not letting him tag out.
What a shot.
Easier said than done. Cheap ass computer, you know.
A real American story.
Now that will be a hot ticket.
So we got to get UFC on him.
Hulkster's rise to dominance here in the WWE. I can't wait to see it.
What are you doing? Too late. That running hip toss, that John Cena hip toss, Sergeant Slaughter never had. Get out of here, fake Iron Sheik. Oh, what?
He's going for it all. Bam!
I don't know what happened there.
Remember, there are no countouts in this contest. This match could end up anywhere.
That big boot.
Now that's how you take the Colonel down.
That big boot. Get him, Hogan. Oh, Hogan.
And we're going back between the ropes.
Oh, really?
Oh, out of nowhere.
Folks, later tonight, the man who the Ultimate Warrior forced into retirement, Randy Savage, says, I do to the lovely Miss Elizabeth.
Oh, what a match made in heaven those two are. My sincerest congratulations to the future Mr. and Mrs. Savage.
And if I remember correctly,
wrong guy.
First wedding here in WWE since October of 1985.
Oh, I remember that one well. Saturday night's main event. Uncle Elmer and his bride Joyce. You know, I still have nightmares over that kiss they had. Please, you two, get a room. Oh, wow.
Let's give Hogan a taste. Okay. Tastes good. Comes adding in.
That'll leave a mark.
Hold that.
I don't know if this arena can take another impact like that. Hulk Hogan gathering attention in a hurry.
These two teams have been at odds dating all the way back to
Oh, there we go.
Sergeant Slaughter defeated
That jobber out of here.
for the WWE title.
Yeah, well, luckily the Hulkster was able to bring the WWE Championship back to glory, back to America, when he beat Slaughter for the title at WrestleMania 7.
But as we've learned, that is not where the story ends. Despite losing the title, Slaughter and his Triangle of Terror have remained a force here in WWE. And their chief targets, Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, they've certainly wreaked havoc in recent weeks, but it doesn't look like Warrior or Hulk
There we go.
are intimidated by the Triangle
Things
of
going
Terror.
my way a little bit. Punch him in his damn head.
Sergeant Slaughter is the brains of this operation. He's the one you need to be careful of.
Oh, come on. See, now, I'm sure you can hear in my mic that I'm pushing these damn buttons.
Slaughter is as dangerous as they come, and his Triangle of Terror has been running roughshod here in the WWE.
So it just doesn't register.
Interesting step.
Okay, he's going to reverse that. He's got to.
And the fourth straight year that either Hulk Hogan or the Ultimate Warrior have competed in the main event.
He made the tag.
Certainly are experienced in main events. But even more impressive,
This guy's got to have like the stats of like a diva or something.
6 matches in all, 6 wins.
But on the flip side, this is the
No, don't hit
first
Sid.
match for Sergeant Slaughter.
He's going to not like me now.
Inexperience will cost him here tonight.
I don't think so, King. Slaughter's a veteran and a former WWE champion. He's accustomed to competing in big-time environments like this one, showing no mercy.
Ow! Good night.
That's great.
And Colonel
Oh, look at the fight.
Well, that's because he's so
This ain't 84, man. Tag Slaughter back in. There you go.
Wow!
Yeah.
One hit with the
One of
force
those.
a big rig.
I'll punch some more hair off your head.
Is an unbelievable force.
Okay.
But when you add General Adnan and Colonel Mustafa to the mix, it's damn near unstoppable.
Yeah, adding Mustafa was such a game. And look at Hogan. Hogan looks to be setting up to finish this match. There's that big boot. And now Adnan and Mustafa want to get involved. But here comes Ultimate Warrior. This thing's getting out of control, Michael. That special referee Sid better do something here. Where's Warrior going? What's Warrior doing?
What's that idiot Warrior doing?
He's got a steel chair. Look at this. He's chasing Adnan and Mustafa out of here.
Oh, no, you got to be kidding me.
And Slaughter's down again. What's going to happen next? Man, Sergeant Slaughter, that's it. He's out. And will this be
Well, that's got to be it, right?
2, 3.
I'm not going to go through the theatrics of running around and everything like that. I'll just, you know, a crushed windpipe is a crushed windpipe.
Absolutely amazing.
We knew he'd
All right.
win this one tonight. I mean, there's absolutely no way to underscore how big this victory is. Perhaps the biggest in his life.
So many playable characters. I have a hard time believing that's an unlockable attire. That's all Hulk Hogan ever wore for like the first 20 years of his career. He ran after them and out of the arena.
Last appearance of the Ultimate Warrior inside a WWE ring for nearly 8 months.
Yes, he made a run-in at WrestleMania 8 and saved Hulk Hogan from Papa Shango and Sid Justice.
The Ultimate Warrior stormed through all who dared challenge his intensity.
The Macho Man Randy Savage is better than the best.
It was Warrior's rivalry with the Macho Man Randy Savage, however, that would soon manifest into a much-needed alliance.
What you see across the back of this Macho Man is the bondage of the Ultimate Maniacs. We are the Ultimate Maniacs and we are Ultimate Survivors.
But as the Ultimate Maniacs rocketed to the top in WWE, without warning, Ultimate Warrior would once again vanish.
There were rumors just yesterday that the Ultimate Warrior would not be at Survivor Series. He would not team up with the Macho Man Randy Savage. And unfortunately, we can confirm that that is correct.
Now, after nearly a 4-year
If you were wondering, it was Mr. Perfect.
Warrior makes his long-awaited return.
Mr. Perfect helped out the Macho Man that year.
On the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania 12.
I assume this will be another quick time event, just like the Honky Tonk Man. Because this is barely any longer. Pretty sure it was under 2 minutes.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. About to come down the aisle from Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing 246 pounds, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Hunter Hearst Helmsley with a look of disdain for this capacity crowd.
Yeah, and speaking of looks, what will the Ultimate Warrior look like?
He's got that grizzled look.
That he's up to 400 pounds and bald.
Like his face today on his 20-something-year-old body. Who would ever want to play as anything but this version of Triple H? I mean, really. Another interesting trivia point. He had a valet for this match. And it was none other than Sable. Sable's first appearance. He used to have a different girl every night, but after he... I don't think I'm spoiling anything by saying he was severely defeated in this match. And he started berating Sable afterwards in the back, interrupting Mark Mero's promo. That's how they hooked up. And that's how Sable became who she was. There's also a rumor that the Ultimate Warrior had shaved his head and ballooned up to 400 pounds.
Unbelievable. Would you look at the amazing physical condition of the Ultimate Warrior? 400 pounds and bald, huh, King?
There you go. Of course, it was Vince McMahon who said it originally, but...
Huge match here at WrestleMania 12.
Well,
There you see the Ultimate Warrior.
I have to do all this.
Ready to fight.
Yeah, he's going to have his work cut out for him, as you can see there. Hunter Hearst Helmsley from behind. Hunter hammering away on Warrior.
Wait a minute, this match is not
That's right,
even
sell my
started.
shit.
What's Helmsley doing?
Well, I think it's great strategy, King. Get Warrior before he gets rolling.
Oh, Warrior ducks the clothesline. Oh, that
Fuck
kick in the
this.
gut looks like Helmsley's
This match
going
is
for a
over.
pedigree. Oh, and there it is, a pedigree by Hunter Hearst Helmsley. But look at the Warrior.
Hunter Hearst Helmsley can't believe it. Warrior stood right up after that devastating pedigree.
It's as if he's Superman or something. And now, Warrior on the attack. Here he comes.
I like how there's little meters in the corner. Oh, really?
Wow, that's got to be it.
Uh-oh, look at this.
Trying to put him away.
Man, this one might be over before it even starts, Cole.
Warrior looks to be making up for lost time going. The Ultimate Warrior is back in a major way.
And I'm not so sure Helmsley knows what.
And that's how it really happened,
Look at
folks.
him.
You can relive that moment on the network for $9.99.
Love him or hate him, that was an incredible match.
It was a cool moment in time. Probably for everybody except Triple H, although I think he would tell you that still, it was a moment.
No WWE talent becomes a legend on their own.
The Ultimate Warrior's legacy was that of a trailblazer. The relationship between Warrior and the WWE Universe was a once-in-a-lifetime phenomenon.
The power of the Ultimate Warrior is something that you want to feel, that you want to taste.
He came in and changed the game. Really made us all, whoa, look at this guy.
He just screamed excitement. Felt the power that makes the skies rumble.
He was just on fire all the time. You couldn't help but be inspired by his energy.
The Ultimate Warrior has stood the test of time. He's part of history.
After an 18-year absence, the Ultimate Warrior returned to WWE and took his rightful place in the 2014 Hall of Fame class. Tragically, the Ultimate Warrior passed away just days after his Hall of Fame induction. But in true Warrior fashion, he left the WWE Universe with a strong final message.
Every man's heart one day beats its final beat. His lungs breathe their final breath. And if what that man did in his life makes the blood pulse through the body of others, it makes them believe deeper in something than larger than life, then his essence, his spirit.
I think he said believe deeper,
Live forever.
but apparently this captioning didn't agree.
I am Ultimate Warrior. You are the Ultimate Warrior fans. And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever.
that's it. That was a very odd, I don't know what to say about that. It's kind of an odd showcase. It's a few scattered things. They could have done a lot more, I think. I have to say, I'm kind of disappointed with the DLC that they had for this game, WWE 2K15. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more involved of the segments in between, explaining the history of these matches, these events. I would like to see you have more to do in the matches themselves. But could have been worse. Could have got nothing else. So I don't know. In conclusion, the Ultimate Warrior is definitely somebody whose legacy won't be easily forgotten. It was a once-in-a-lifetime kind of a character. He believed in everything he did, and that set him apart. That's how everybody connects with the audience in such a way to reach those heights, as a Hulk Hogan, a Steve Austin, The Rock, Daniel Bryan. They believe in what they're doing. So you can talk about the Ultimate Warrior, say, oh yeah, he sucked in the ring, he was the shits, whatever. His promos didn't make sense. I don't agree, it doesn't really matter. My opinion of his skills is irrelevant, so is everyone else's. What is undeniable is the fact that he was able to make that connection with that many people to the point where they all remember all these years later. And that's the key to longevity and ultimately success. From that definition of success, is you connect with people. They buy into what you're doing. You can't get everybody. Not everybody's going to be a fan of the Ultimate Warrior, but there's no doubt that he had a scope of influence that was far and wide, and definitely deserving of his place in the Hall of Fame. It's amazing that everything came together and happened the way it did. It's like just in time to not be a posthumous induction, such as the Macho Man earlier this year. We actually got to hear from the Warrior one last time, and that was good. He got to bury all of his hatchets. That was good. But to go finish up my final thought, skill is irrelevant. What matters is, do people connect? And it doesn't matter if it's pro wrestling, it doesn't matter if it's actors, doesn't matter if they're singers, any kind of artist. It's about making that connection with the people. That's what makes the difference. Talent is subjective. So, can you make a connection? Warrior made a connection. So with that, thanks everybody for watching. And as Steve Austin would say, I'll catch your ass down the road.